Oh. And we're live, I think. So yeah, this is my first live stream using Restream, meaning that you can now watch me on Twitch, YouTube, DLive, and whatever this thing is. I don't know. And yeah, we're no longer constrained to YouTube. And I also have this neat thing here, which is called Restream Chat, that synchronizes all the different chat platforms. meaning that I can go to Twitch and pop up my chat, and there we have it. We have all the different platforms. Excuse me. So yeah, if I type something in here, it should appear on YouTube. Check out DLive. Not sure if it's ever crawled my page. Nope. I don't really like DLive, to be honest. Like, it's one of these forced blockchain. It was just a button in Restream. Holy shit. And auto-playing video with non-muted audio. Great, I love it. Holy shit, why is it doing dual notification? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, it's also synchronized to Discord. Testing 1, 2, 3. This should now appear in other, yep, testing 1, 2, 3 and testing 1, 2, 3 in DLive. Perfect. Yeah, I was searching forever for this feature and I thought the Restream Chat app didn't have it. Maybe it didn't have it when I checked, but now it has it. Maybe it's not that widely used because for bigger streamers, it definitely can lead to rate limits for the API so that the bot can't keep up. Okay, yeah, but there we can see different people. I think most of them are YouTube. Yep, everyone is on YouTube. I have, I don't know, can I see this somewhere? 26 followers on Twitch, so yeah. But I think we do have a single Twitch viewer. Maybe this is myself. Probably. Yeah, I think this is me. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to also have the other platforms. Oh yeah, and the third one, what's it called again? I always forget. Channels. Trovo Live. See? Oh, and it's also unmuted by default. Sync to, what does this mean? Tell your friends that you're streaming. Oh, yeah, sure. Connect to Twitter. Oh my god. I think I might have a slight bit of a cold. By the way, can you hear the stream echoing? Hopefully not. No, you can't. Okay. Connected to... Send and post. Sent successfully. Let's check out my Twitter. Our, it assumes I'm multiple persons or non-binary. Okay, this is getting annoying. It's can we shut this tab up? Oh yeah, Firefox has a built-in feature. Okay, but yeah, cast spell. What's this? Oh, okay, this is cheering and stuff. And somehow it doesn't get all the messages in here. Let's do another testing. Ah, okay. It is sending this here. And I have one viewer, which is probably myself. Okay, yeah. Anyway, we do have people on YouTube. And get cracking. Your new subscriber here. What's up? Yeah, cool. Welcome. And Jerry is here. I think he was also here last time. Robert, also a long-time viewer. Do a neofetch. Okay. This might be a bit messed up because it's my development machine, but... Oh, actually, I don't know what this means, but the rest seems accurate. Yeah, this is my neofetch. GeForce GTX 1060 6GB, first gen Ryzen, 16 gigs of memory, and tons of packages. Okay, anything else? I think, unless the Restream Chat is glitching out, people might still be here. Oh, okay. What's wrong with my voice? Same hardware. Yeah, I think this is pretty common. The 1060 is still dominating in the Twitch, in the Steam hardware survey. Actually, I think I'm gonna turn off notifications for this one. Permissions in... How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Mute the channel. Anyway, let's check out the to-do. I did put some stuff on there this time. Yeah, NVIDIA seems to have a bit of an issue lately. Like, I think the driver doesn't install for some reason. And for some reason, LTS doesn't work with the newest driver. Like, doesn't work very well. Which means that if the user doesn't choose anything else in the advanced settings, default for NVIDIA machines will be the Zen kernel and the DKMS drivers. So should detect that and then set that as a default. Also, the installation finished should be more obvious in the log. So maybe like print the logo and then you can reboot now or something like that. And yeah, maybe we should do this as well. In this stream, it doesn't seem like something big. I could also work on instance status, although I might move that to beta 8 actually and focus on getting ImmoSit working first, because both of these are pretty big projects. Oh, by the way, we have someone in Twitch chat, Matuba. Matu3ba? I don't know. Testing. It works. Perfect. I was about to program this myself, to be honest. Like using the API and everything. But I mean, this is pretty much perfect. I mean, yeah, it's closed source, but so is the API, so not really something to complain about. What can I do here? Reply, block on YouTube, put user on a timeout. Okay, will not do any of that. Okay. Yeah, maybe we could get some ImmoSit stuff in the stream. ImmoSit, actually no, let's just do those, and if we still have time, we can do some ImmoSit stuff. Okay. Maybe we should do this as, I don't know. Let's just do this and then make it a bit smaller. Show a new fetch of your system. I did. There it is. Yeah, my hardware and stuff. Arch. Let's go to Instant Arch. Instant Arch is the installer of InstantOS, by the way, if you knew. So we should probably put this in maybe Arch install. Echo installation finished. Let's search for reboot. Rebooting. No, top install is definitely not needed anymore. At which point does a normal install reboot? I think it's at this point. Okay, so If we're testing the installer, then we will not reboot. And if we're not testing, okay, if the installation fails, we don't reboot. Yeah, I should probably put the banner here. And we're having ABC ABC. Hello, how you doing? Doing good, doing fine. And Cannonball Bob. I think he's also new. I do have the logo somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let's do this again. Echo, you can reboot. The system can now be safely rebooted. Okay, maybe this person somehow enabled the testing mode on accident. I don't know how that would be possible. We could just do a testing install this stream. Hello from NZ, which is New Zealand, I assume, I hope. Oh. Yeah, New Zealand. Cool. Let's just keep it like this. I think password authentication might be disabled on... Oh, it's not. Yeah, it is. Why is it asking for a username though then? Can't it just tell me that it's disabled? Okay, doing SSH. Which would, oh, showing you all my data. Hopefully no API keys. Instant Arch, yeah. I will switch to Is there any confirmation before sending the error log? Completely automatic sending without confirmation doesn't sound cool. Ooh, actually, it does upload the error log when you're manually enabling it. And I think actually the caching of a failed install might upload it automatically, which, yeah, maybe I should change that. Wait a sec. Okay. Yeah, I should probably change that. Problem is that some part of the installation breaks Xorg, so there's no way I can ask for confirmation. And I should probably, yeah. So let's actually do this today because I've been putting it off for like forever to test the installer. I Should also do maybe a bit of documentation on Instant Arch. Wrong Firefox again. Oh, let's go to the documentation folder. Docs, development, Instant Arch. .md. Instant Arch. Instant Arch is the custom-made installer being used for Instant OS. It is a net install based around Instant menu. Actually, let's check out the README. Is this find maybe? There is some way to do edit and then I think it is find. Come on. I don't know. Let's just do it manually. README. Comparison with other installers. Okay, this is not too useful as for documentation. And written in bash. Sleep go brr. New Zealand. Your video response to DistroTube is the best. I know it's old, but it's gold. Cool. Yeah, I think I might do more edited videos and scripted videos in the future. Whoops. To hover. Okay, this is a COC error. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to get back into also doing not only live streams, because live streams are kind of an interesting thing, because for most YouTubers, you're only getting their edited personality or talking, which is usually different than from how they're behaving if they're coming up with everything on the spot. And streaming can kind of disillusion you to, as for YouTubers are actually like. There's an interesting video by ClicksPhilip about this, about why he doesn't stream, because he doesn't think he's very interesting if he's not had hours of time to prepare everything that he says. And I mean, for me, it's kind of different because I'm actually getting work done while streaming. But I also think like that the stuff I say is definitely different if I have time to prepare it. And also there's more artistic freedom when you're editing stuff. Also, I'm having fun with editing. So yeah. First tangent of the day. Testing the installation. Oh, one thing I do want to do is include iBuild by default on the beta 8, beta 7 ISO. Include iBuild by default. Okay, another thing getting sidetracked, but it's also necessary. Go to the ISO build, and these are the scripts that are used to build the ISO. This is wrapping a bunch of stuff for Arch. Whoops. And the repo is called Instant Tools. Oops, my pop filter is a bit off. Tool. These are development tools for Instant OS. It says right there. install.sh and netinstall.sh. We want the net install. Which would go here somewhere. Oh, we do already have this. I did not know that. Oh, Jesus. I always installed them from the settings menu, but I guess. Huh. Det känns logiskt. That sounds Swedish. Let's go to the translate. Det känns logiskt. Swedish. Feels low. Huh. I don't know. Ja, det går Ed. Why do we have so many Swedish people? Yes, it does. Okay. Testing the installation. I build. Oh, I will definitely need the help menu. It doesn't have one, right? Nope, doesn't. Huh. Okay, yeah, it definitely needs one. I build.sh. If there's no if there's no argument, then it does this with the FCF completion. If the argument is actually, let's use a case statement. If the argument is let's not do a case. If the argument is -- help, or the argument is -h, then exit. Okay, so far so good. I do have a suspicion for who that is. Actually, let's get the chat back. Then go to the utilities. iBuild has these different modules that can serve different purposes. I think they do have some kind of documentation. Yes, they do. Awesome. Does install.sh build any cache for the help strings? Seems like it doesn't. Okay, let's build a cache generator. That would probably work like cd utils, rip grab, doc. It's this one. Okay. Rip grab. It's a comment. Doc. Doc. Colon. Something. And then only the lines, which is -l. No. -i. -o. Oh Jesus, I don't know. Rip grab. What if I pipe it into T? Cat. Oh, okay. If I pipe it, it doesn't print the name, which is cool. -grep Oh, so we now need to remove this thing here. Actually, no, we do need the name. We do need the name. So let's remove this. And then also this. Okay. And then we said, as we replace the comment sign, colon, comment sign, doc, with just a tab. Or let's just do this. This doesn't look right. This does not look right. Then remove this again and then just keep it like this. There's another colon, obviously. There we go. We should have some way to format this into like a table format, which would be nice. I think you need awk for this, and I don't know awk. Or Swedish stuff. You old, free, you mountain, high north. Seems like a rough translation. Ach nee. Oh no. I did correctly predict what this meant. And this means I have no idea. He knows. Okay, close this. Yeah, the Discord forward stuff works. Cool, then I also have an archive of the stream chat. I think this is not being done by bigger streamers just because of the rate limits. So people are posting a bunch of stuff and it has to forward all this to Discord. At some point, Discord is gonna shut the bot up. Maybe I should. I have no idea how to use awk, to be honest. Awk table, example. Awk arrays. This seems good. No. Okay, does this, then it already gets complicated. Maybe you should do, yeah, a new line is a lot cheaper. There we go. So we can use this as, we do need rip grab though, but that's okay. Most systems have this. And then go back to A. Doing a bunch of stuff open here. cd/user share instant tools. No. Where are those located? User local share? Oh yeah, user local share. Okay. /user local share instant tools / nothing. Getting even more languages. Now we have Russians. And PrivJet, which probably does not mean private jet. But something else. Doesn't mean anything. according to Google. Hello. Creation. Probably another misspell. Russian. You need more languages to visit the translator more often. Okay, let's put it on the scratch pad. Now I have it like this. Oh, of course, and I forgot the X eyes. Those, of course, need to also be present. Always watching over my mouse cursor. Now with beautiful GPU acceleration, or something. Okay. Actually, we don't need to generate a cache. We can just use ripgrep. It's fast enough. Or let's generate a cache because the user might not have ripgrep installed. Would then be Privilege was supposed to be Russian, but I don't know the Russian alphabet. Yeah. I'm wondering how do Chinese people type? I mean, they probably don't have 1,000 letters on their keyboard. And because Chinese software doesn't even really reach European internet. I don't know. I've never looked that up, and I can't believe I didn't. But I'm not going to now. We already have enough sidetracking stuff. User share instant tools. Everything's in here by then, so that's probably I build, yank this, go in here, search in target, user share instant tools. Into target user share instant tools. Whoops. User share instant tools. Help cache.txt. Not sure why it's not complaining about this not being quoted, but hey. From what I know, some characters stack to make the other ones, but I have no idea because there are so many. I mean, you can get pretty far by using that because it's like exponential. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because I think Unicode also doesn't have enough space for all those characters. So then kind of need to have multiple of them. This is also how emojis work, by the way. They were running out of space for emojis, which means that like the different emoji colors, if you have maybe black, okay, and what's it called? Skin tone, dark skin tone. So instead of there actually being a symbol for the different skin tones for hands, you have the hand symbol, which is Simpson yellow, and then append to it the skin tone. And if you do this and paste it somewhere, okay. If you do this and paste it somewhere, and then it doesn't accept it because Firefox is an idiot. And there we go. Okay, this doesn't even render. I think I might need to change the emoji stuff. There we go. I think I copied it now. Yeah, then it renders as one hand with the specified skin tone, but it's actually two symbols, which means it also has two characters. If you post it on Twitter, it goes towards the character limit. Better in Swedish. Maybe it's a special kind of Swedish. Though. Korean. Do you like coffee? A bit. And not huge on it. So now we have the help cache, which means we can later read it. Oh yeah, I need to use the tools variable. cd tools. So now I'm in the directory that contains all the tools. Then I just do this. Let's check out how set does it. Usage. Okay, I need to have a usage text, definitely. Echo usage colon ibuild command options echo commands colon echo. I hate shell syntax. I kind of just got used to it. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. Well, what was the first time I learned shell stuff? I read a book called Learning the Bash Shell, but that was a while back. But it looks really odd, I think. And it gets worse, definitely. Like Visual Basic is pretty awful. And shell scripting allows you to do some stuff really with writing not a lot of code compared to like Rust. I've been getting into Rust recently, and it can get like at least 5 times as verbose as Bash for some things. For some things, Bash is just not good enough or not complex enough. But for simple stuff, shell scripting is not bad. Oh, actually, how do I pronounce this now that I have Google Translate open? Polish. Owczarek. Actually, you can't hear the desktop audio. Now you should be able to hear it.
Owczarek.
There we go. Owczarek. Sup? We have talked 12. Shell is readable until you pass the 100 line. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. So now then we exit, and that'll be that. Echo generating help cache. And then just cat the help cache. Cat tools / help cache .txt. Install the stuff. Whoops. Wait, what? Already up to date. That doesn't seem accurate. Do I need to... Oh god. It checks for the version, which kind of makes sense. But... no. I'm in the wrong directory. There we go. So now instant ibuild -- help should give me an error. Great. cd / user local share instant tools. Huh. What's happening there? Web grab doc. Maybe I need this wildcard here. Nope. Generating help cache. Oh, permission denied. Okay, I need to sudo t it. There we go. Reading helps. And I don't actually want to... Oh, now we have another problem. We are using this stuff, which is not good. Yeah, help cache could not be created. Okay, we need to definitely get a hold of the path prefixes and stuff like that. Sad. The longest prefix with a slash actually should also begin with a slash. Should be replaced by nothing. Give it another try. And an option to S. Okay, we need to escape this as well. Then we have this. This is good. Not sure what this is about. Use a local bin I. Move the star. Oh no, this is from other stuff. Yank this. Finished generating the help cache. There we go. And then definitely remove the .sh. Are you using POSIX script or are you using bashisms? I might be using some bashisms, to be honest. I haven't really checked if I'm using anything that's bash only. Most of my scripts run in Z shell as well. And I don't really know if you're ever going to run those on a system that doesn't support bash. Since, yeah, it's specific to InstaNOS anyway, which is Arch-based. Or maybe there'll be, I don't know, a Debian or OpenBSD port or something like that. But this is never going on like an embedded system. InstaNOS is a desktop distro. Or macOS is also never going to take advantage of something that's using Pac-Man. So I think dependence on bash is the smallest problem if you're talking about making it portable. .sh, line ending replaced by nothing. Your shell is dash. Oh, I mean, it's specified to use bash up here. So it will use dash. And I think you shouldn't even link that. There was like a Luke Smith. Did Luke Smith or DistroTube make a video about this? That you should like replace your bin sh with fish or Python or something stupid like that, and people made fun of it. And it wasn't really clear if it was meant as a joke originally. But I don't think you should... Actually, file user bin sh. It's bash, okay. Yeah, it's default. By default it is bash, and I think you shouldn't replace it with something that's not completely compliant with like the standard shell script. since a lot of programs are using bin.sh. Ozuko, hello. Hi. New fancy chat client. Read only. Facebook has an error, internal error. I don't care. Facebook can go fuck off. So now this has generated the help cache, and then if we do this, then it gives us all the different stuff. Cool. And of course also exits. Add -- help menu. And it'll probably also reject my password here. Yep. Git remote. Can I edit remotes? Set URL. There we go. Origin. And then let's go to, we are on the master branch. Wrong Firefox. Wrong Firefox. Actually, let's use this one. Tools. SSH. Git push. There we go. No password needed. Just a key and a password. Oh, hello, new viewer. Let's also give you the Google Translate treatment.
Veronika Sanglotova.
Veronika Sanglotova. And Belarusian doesn't have. We should also change the eyes of the X eyes. The color. What made you want to make a Linux distribution? That's a long story. Like, my computer broke and I was using GNOME before, and then I couldn't because I had to temporarily use a computer that was like sitting on the street, and someone threw it out there because it was like, if with a sign on it that you can just take it. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere in the world, but in a lot of places in Germany, people just put stuff on like the electric infrastructure stuff, and people can take it if they need it. And if they don't, it's just this garbage that needs to be picked up by someone. So yeah, I used a really shitty computer from the street until my normal computer got working again. And I didn't want to use Mate, and I heard of tiling window managers, and I really wanted to try one of them. And I always couldn't bring myself to do it. Like, it's just too much effort. And do you like GNOME? It is really slow. I didn't like it back then too, but my computer was powerful enough to put up with it. And switching to something else was just too much effort. And yeah, I heard of i3 before, and I definitely wanted to switch to it, but it's just too much stuff wasn't working. My brightness control, my mouse pad, like the touch to click wasn't working. You had to do some stuff to get Pulse Audio to work correctly. Polkit, I didn't know about Polkit, and it just errored out all my pseudo prompts. What else? Status, settings, all that stuff is missing from a tiling window manager, and it just seemed too much effort. And I thought that someone had to have made a project where you could get the benefits of a tiling window manager, like the advanced functionality, and definitely the speed and the resource usage and the snappiness, like the feeling of moving around a window like this, which has basically zero latency, is just so different for GNOME. And I wanted to have that, and I thought to myself that someone had to have put in the effort to do something like that, and as it turns out, no one did. So I started it myself, and here I am 1.5 years later. So yeah. And there was, I know about LARBs, which is by Luke Smith. And apart from him being like totally nuts, he's a crazy person. I didn't know back then, and he was more tame back then, I guess, because he just made videos about tech and not about soy or whatever. And but even that is kind of really rough. And I think it's also worse maintained than InstantOS, to be honest. Like, it has some contributors fixing stuff, but he has a tendency of just reworking everything and breaking it and leaving it like that for months. And you do need to know C and Vim and the terminal and everything to fix it up yourself. So why not use your own setup? That said, I haven't tried LARPs in ages. Maybe we should at some point try LARPs. But yeah, I didn't want to do LARPs, and Regolith also seemed... I don't know if I knew about Regolith back then. But yeah, another thing is i3 feels claustrophobic when you're getting started. Which means you can't drag around windows, and even the learning process doesn't leave you a lot of stuff that you're used to, like floating, and floating seems like a second grade citizen in most tiling window managers, which is also an issue. But yeah, maybe I should do a blog post about this at some point, because I think I've told this story a lot of times on stream already, and it's getting worse and more shortened every time. So maybe I should write a blog post or an entry on the wiki or something. Manjaro has an i3 edition, if that counts. Yeah, I also think that this i3 edition, it does a lot of stuff, sure, but it doesn't get you like all the way there. Like setting up network still is an issue. There's a bunch of reworks. Yeah, I should also keep a list of stuff that I'm fixing that's not really there in other things, because I remember that like almost every month there's something that's not really working on tiling window managers, and by extension almost all of them by default. And I implement some kind of fix in InstantOS, and then I kind of forget about it. But there's tons of stuff that doesn't work by default in i3. And I thought that someone had to have gone through the effort of setting stuff up and doing something like InstantOS, and there wasn't, kind of. GNOME just works for me. No performance issues nowadays. I think they are. Okay, maybe this is a glitch in Restream. Or maybe YouTube actually cut you off there. Where is my YouTube live stream thing? Actually, it is an issue. No, I think there are. You have a blog? Drop the link, or you mean InstantOS blog? I don't have a blog. I could put it on the website. I could put it on the wiki. I could put it on the documentation somewhere. I have a lot of places where I can put text-based stuff. Fixed performance recently. Last time I worked with GNOME was, I think, 3.38 or 3.42, I think. Is that even a thing? Yeah, I think this was the last version I tried. Been using it on my oldest laptop a couple years ago. It was okay. I mean, sure, if you know what you're doing, it's definitely okay. That's not an issue, but I just needed a computer like now that was working. And yeah, because my computer that could run GNOME broke, it kind of got me over that initial obstacle of installing a window manager and then not being able to do stuff for a while before you're getting more comfortable. And it kind of forced me to do that because Mate wasn't running very well. And so was GNOME, of course. About fixing performance recently, I tried GNOME 40 somewhere, I think. Yeah, I think it might have been on my laptop. And I've been watching a lot of videos reviewing GNOME 40, and it's definitely not fixed. Like, it might have been somewhat better, but compared to Windows, GNOME 40 is a train wreck in performance. Like, for example, if you're opening that overview, it drops frames every time. There's like no cache. It's still using 300 megs of RAM, but it's not caching anything. I don't know what is even in there, like piles of libraries. But GNOME definitely isn't there yet in performance regards compared to Apple. If there's an animation that's tweaked by people all the time and it's tweaked to perfection, and no one cares that it's like dropping 25% of frames on high-end hardware, I don't think, yeah. It's usable definitely if you put up with the bad performance. Like in all the details, sure. Broadly, it is usable. Like most of the time, you're actually not moving around windows. You're just using a single application that's in full screen, and GNOME is fine for that. But Mother is terrible in terms of performance. I don't know what they're doing there. And yeah, I think it's kind of making people hypocrites who say that Linux is faster than Windows, because it's definitely possible to put up with GNOME. But if you actually put them side by side, Windows is faster than GNOME. Always has been, kind of. Maybe it's smoother on Wayland, Keck. I tried the Wayland version as well at some point, and it's a lot more unstable. How much does Insinoise cost? It's free, it's open source. Or do you mean in terms of resources? I mean, you can download it from insinoise.io, it's all open source. I used a bad Chromebook on which I tried to remove Chrome OS and install Linux. When I tried Pop OS, the computer felt so slow compared to Mint that I could not even use it. Yes, like Mint is miles better than GNOME. In terms of performance. Looks, you can argue about that. Some people like GNOME 3, some people don't. I don't mind the style if it was working correctly. Oh, another thing is, in GNOME 3, you had these workspace things at the side. Let's see if we can find an image of it. This thing. Whoops. View image. Like this thing, it went to the side if you didn't have your mouse there, and then if you had your mouse there, then it would like pop up in this direction. And they would like drop frames like crazy, because yes, I mean, it does have to rescale all of the windows. Can I resize this, by the way, somehow? I can. It had to move like all of the windows to the side because it needs to expand, then they need to be made a bit smaller and stuff. And also this needs to animate outwards, but it was like slow as like crazy. On an NVIDIA GTX 1060, it was like 10 FPS. And that's the desktop environment. That's not like the Focus application that you're using. If you don't have to pay with money, you have to pay with your free time. That's what the millionaire told me. Tech lead. God, tech lead. What happened to that guy? Like, I think he was always kind of crazy, but he's like full-on scammer. He has like this cryptocurrency, and his arguments for buying it are so dumb. Like, his arguments are, people are irrational creatures, and you're never going to convince people who think that my stuff is a scam that it's not. So you should give me tons of money. And not even substantiate it with anything. Like, Oh god. So yeah, don't trust anything that tech lead says. This guy is full on grifter. Muta did a bit about it. Also, yeah, this guy called CoffeeZilla also did a video about it. Like he basically did the Tether Scam, which means that he opened up a cryptocurrency and said you could buy that cryptocurrency for $1 and then also trade it back for $1 that he has put in, and he never put any money into it. And like skirted all of the regulations around calling stuff an investment and a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's just crazy. Also, yeah, the funniest thing is he said there would be no whales. Whales in cryptocurrencies are basically people who hold a huge percentage of all the currency available, which is a huge problem because one, if the cryptocurrency goes up in value, they're getting rich AF. And two, if they're selling all of their cryptocurrency at once, then the value tanks because they're flooding the market with too much money. Which means, like, if TechLead, I think he still holds like 10% of all the available tokens. And if he sells all of that while it's worth like kind of a lot, then the price just immediately tanks afterwards. Which means that the cost is for all the people who bought it for more than it's worth then. And that's an issue. And the funniest thing is he said there would be no whales, and he started out owning 100% of all currency, which means he basically gave himself $1 million out of nothing. And people just bought it. And he's still like a whale on this. So yeah, every single thing he says is a lie. Don't trust him. And some crypto stuff is legit. Like, it's risky, it's gambling, but gambling with a chance of getting something out of it. And that's what differentiates it from scams. Scams definitely have one single outcome, and that the scammer is getting money from you and you're getting nothing. And TechLead definitely is full on crazy. Okay. Pretty sure a ton of people made a video on him. Even Mental Outlaw made one. He said he put in 1 million when he only put in 50k. Yeah, I mean, kind of, he didn't break his promise that you could trade it in for $1 unless he decides to gamble with it and loses all of it. So you're kind of relying on him staying semi-successful when you're buying this currency, which is also a problem. He says that it's decentralized and at the same time says that it's social media based. I mean, which one is it? If it's social media based, that means that the value is purely from it being popular, from him having a big platform to pump this cryptocurrency. And if it's decentralized, then it wouldn't rely on a single person making videos about it. Do you browse /G? I might make a thread about Inciners there. /G, isn't that 4chan? I mean, you can. I think a lot of the 4chan people aren't the most friendly. I've never really been on there. I'm not planning to. But I've heard a lot of bad stuff about 4chan and seen a lot of bad stuff on it. Like, I've read through some threads and it's been pretty bad. I don't know. But I don't know. Yeah, Reddit also has like good communities and some of them are just not good. 4chan /G technology. Stallman, Age Old Mint, Trans Brave, user privacy on Linux, Instagram. A lot of questionable, questionably clothed, possibly underage anime girls. I don't know. 4chan used to be green, right? I don't know. I mean, yeah, feel free to put instantize on /g. I don't think that we should, like, even if a platform is bad, we shouldn't just completely abandon it, but instead try to kind of put stuff on there that's not bad. Man, we're getting sidetracked again. But yeah, I don't care. What is this? Keck. LukeSmith.xyz. This seems very random. They're called waifus, brother. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have an issue with people doing that stuff. I mean, it's all cartoon, right? It's all drawn. You can do whatever you want to a drawn woman. It's still weird. What's the most aesthetic programming language? I think the bad boards are usually like Pull or something. Politically incorrect. Okay, yeah. I think this is what might have gotten 4chan the bad rap. Anyway, back to instantize stuff. It's all a joke, but some guys take it seriously. Yeah, I guess, yes. I think you do. The problem with jokes like that is that you do need to make it kind of obvious that it is a joke, because for every joke there's like a person who actually does this seriously. But some stuff is funny. I agree. Like the memes about body pillows and stuff. Gonna install Instant today. Cool. Like, if you have any issues, feel free to go to the Discord and report stuff there. Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's go back to Instant Arch. Git remote get URL origin, which is the HTTPS one. We need to replace this with this SSH one. Go back to work. Yes. There's this streamer called Randall, which came up with a bunch of characters for his videos with like green screen. He's also a developer, does devlogs. And I think creating those characters in the end took more time than programming. But he has like this character of Dr. Progress who whips him back to work. Switch from LARPs to instant. Actually works great. Which is great. Great. Bunch of great in the sentence. Should we try LARPs? I'm kind of curious about LARPs now. Like what it's doing. I think it's okay. Gallery installation. Fresh install of Arch Ardix Linux. Make sure CURL is installed and run the following as the root user. Okay. VirtualBox. Let's try LARPs, actually, to have kind of a comparison to InstantOS. Arch. Boot from the hard disk. This is an InstantOS install, but it should just be able to install LARPs on top of it. I mean, it shouldn't really matter if there's some other stuff installed as well. But let's see. curl-l O. Is it a 0 or an O? I don't really know. It's an O. larbs.xyz /larbs.sh shell larbs.sh. Okay, it doesn't ask me for sudo. Let's try this. Whoops, wrong password. It's updating my databases. Welcome to Luke's authorized bootstrapping script. Get back the chat. Where is the Restream Chat? There it is. This script will automatically install a fully featured Linux desktop, which I use as my main machine, Luke. Important note, be sure the computer you are using has the current Pac-Man updates and refreshed Arch keyrings. If it does not, the program's may fail. Already. Enter a name for the user account. Tester. Larb. Enter a password. 123. 123. Will now be totally automated. You can sit back and relax. It will take some time. This is using dialog, by the way. Refreshing Arch. What I kind of don't like is that you don't get to see the log anywhere. Like, I kind of would like to have that. Installing base devel. Okay, if it was smart, then wait a sec. I do not have BTM on here. So, what is your VM root password? It's 123. Synchronizing system time to ensure successful and secure installation of software. Installing Paru. Uh-oh. Okay. I hope it's not building from source. It's definitely building from source. Uh-oh. Okay, do we have some... it might run out of space because of Rust. Rust is pretty chunky. 1.6 gigs of free space. Okay, so far so good. Hacking the RSI. Okay, I think this might take a while. I think it's building from source, right? What's ManDB? No. Pac-Man? Does it even have Rust installed? Oh. What's it doing right now? I mean, I don't know. Should we just let this run in the background? It is probably maxing out. No, it's not. Okay, virtual machine is pretty slow. Still on. Usually takes 10 to 15 minutes. Not if you're on a single CPU core. If it builds stuff from... Oh, there it is, cargo build. Okay, it's building from source. And it's got 1 GB of space left. Any tips on learning how to make Linux apps? Where to start? Making apps for Linux pretty much works like on macOS or Windows as well. I mean, GTK is very popular on Linux. It's not as popular with Windows on Mac. So you can definitely do that because it also, usually when people say they're theming their desktop, they're usually referring to GNOME and GTK themes, so GTK is pretty good. If you're targeting KDE, do Qt, but GTK and Qt work on both, like GTK and Qt based desktops. They might just look a bit out of place. You can do Electron if you want completely cross-platform without any effort, but Electron is terrible and don't do it, and people will hate you for it, especially if they know a bit about tech. Qt is very popular in professional environments, like also embedded systems and stuff like that. So learning it might also give you an advantage if you're trying to get a job somewhere. As for programming languages, C# is pretty shitty on Linux compared to Windows, I think. Same goes for Swift outside of macOS, or Kotlin outside of Android. But all the usual suspects, C, Python. Python is actually pretty good on Linux. Go, Rust, C++, what else? All that stuff works fine. Yeah. I mean, you should be careful about using Linux-only features if you want your app to be cross-platform. Okay, what's it doing? I hope it's not running out of space. Ooh, it might actually be running out of space. This doesn't look good. Qt C++. I think this is a pretty common combo. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Thank you, Restream. Storage usage isn't going up. ManDB, there, Rust crate build, Rust C, Rust compiler. The ManDB, I don't know why Xorg is still higher in CPU usage. Is Rust ready for the GUI? There are some GUI frameworks for Rust. I think the official GTK bindings are a bit meh. Flutter. Oof, I don't know about Flutter. I think Flutter is a lot more... It has higher latency and stuff than the native frameworks. Flutter isn't really native, no matter what Google tells you. It's using GTK as like a compatibility layer. Is Rust ready for GUI? I think there are some GUI apps for Rust. There's Ludosavi, I think, which is using Iced. And Iced is a completely made from scratch GUI framework for Rust. But it doesn't look good. Like, honestly, it works fine. And I think if they get a designer on board, they're definitely onto something. It needs to improve its looks. But Rust is fast, and the cool thing about Rust is that it's like really one of the only system languages that gets used to make like full stack stuff. Like there are a lot of games that are just written in Rust through and through. Like they're not using an engine or something, they're just using Rust, which is very rare with C and C++. This is definitely running low on storage, though I don't know where it's compiling all that stuff. Is it in cache? It's cache. Mesa shader cache? I think it's not in the cache, right? 1.5 megabytes. Where is LARP's putting its stuff? Hopefully not in local. No, not as well. Not in local. Not Zinit. Probably still uninstalling Paru. Compiling Nix. Whoops. Now it's done compiling Nix. It's getting kind of late. Oh. Okay, so Kind of does take a lot of storage, to be honest. Ubuntu is supporting Flutter as its recommended desktop language. I know, they're making their new installer in Flutter. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I tried Flutter, and it's like slow. It's also a lot slower than GTK. It's not in the home folder, it's in the temp. I mean, it's... oh no, is it compiling as root? Please don't tell me it's compiling as root. Uh-oh. Home larb. Okay, it's in larb. Kind of makes sense. Sudo -i. cd home larb. .cache. Nope. .cargo. Okay, this is kind of big. .local. This is not that big. Okay, cargo is seems to be the issue. Failed to install AUR helper. Great. And do I get some kind of information as to why it failed and what happened? It's only slow in debug because it's interpreted. Oh, okay. Maybe I should compile it then in release mode. That might be the case. Huh, okay. So that's larbs, I guess. Why did it fail though? It does still have storage left. Bruh. Yeah. So there's only cache. Okay. Let's check out the cache. Nothing in here. Auto jump. Nothing in here as well. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to have a log file somewhere. It just failed. What happens if I Google larbs log file? Customization, custom dot files, custom programs, list dependency, custom AUR helper. Okay, so maybe we can run it with a custom AUR helper. Sudo shell. Actually, let's check this out. Bin sh chmod plus x larbs.sh. Will it work the other way around? You mean sending stuff from Discord to Restream? I mean, it seems to work. Imagine not having a log file and also not showing the log. This is kind of weird. I mean, I guess it looks prettier not showing it, but that hasn't stopped Luke from creating his DWM install. It does have a log file, or it does work. And where is the log file? -a. Yay. We already have yay installed, so that shouldn't be an issue. Larber. 123, 123. Let's go. Synchronizing system time. Okay, so this time it logs our bloat. Yeah, exactly. Finally installing libxft bgra to enable color and emoji in Suckler software without crashes. I already have this installed. It should... Oh, congrats, provided there are no hidden errors. The script completed successfully and all the programs and configuration files should be in place. To run the new graphical environment, log out and log back in as your new user and run start x to start the graphical environment and will automatically start up in TTY1. 88%. .t Luke. Thanks, Luke. Sudo systemctl stop disable -- now light dm. Wait, what? I do have light dm enabled. Stop light dm. Systemctl status. Oh, I have light dm Plymouth. No space left on device. Oh god, that doesn't sound good. There is space left on the device. I don't know what they're on about. Just reboot. According to Luke, everything is blowed. Yeah, I'll try disabling light dm Plymouth. Okay. Sudo systemctl disable light dm -Plymouth. One, two, three. -- now. Okay. Big lag in the chat here for me. That might be because of the streaming latency. Okay, larber. That's the wrong one. Larber. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no shell setup. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good, I think. Okay, it doesn't seem to have any error management. Because, like, it definitely failed to install DWM and everything. Probably because it's out of storage. But it just didn't even check if it successfully installed DWM before moving on to the next step. Like, it's completely linear. I mean, yeah, of course it's competitor, but this is like legit not great. Okay. I build -- help. Go back to this thing. Repo, instant arch test. Instant arch test. Instant arch test. Branch name. This starts up instant arch. Why are the instant wallpapers so low res? Are they? I mean, it scrapes from the internet, so you might be getting something that's low res, but usually they're not. So for example, whatever comes up now, this is not low res. Or let's try the Bing wallpaper for today. Actually, the turtle might have been a bit low res, but I don't know. This is not the Bing wallpaper. Okay. Bing seems to be broken. So that's always great. Some are. Yeah, that's because of they're from the internet. The winter one. I have no idea which one you're referring, because it's just random wallpapers from the internet. Like from Wallpaper Haven and stuff. And from well, actually, that brings me to another thing. I wanted to rename all the branches from master to main. And there's a list of places where I will have to change up the URL and stuff. So we will have to change up yeah, basically all the raw fetches. And we can basically grab for master, read grab for master in the workspace. And this starts up instant arch using a branch other than master and opens up a debug menu when the installer is started. So far, so good. Debugging mode. Okay, so debugging mode does a few things. It stops between each step, which, yeah, let's actually check this. Add warning if there's no disk, fix pipe, and fix canceling installation, fix arch install, add debug menu. There we go. Debug menu. So this records the duration. Debug menu does nothing if it's not either run with the variable install debug or with install debug existing. Okay. So we can document this in the wiki. Debugging mode is this enabled by either exporting the environment variable, what was it called? Install debug, or by creating the file /temp/install debug. Set text width equal to 80. It pauses the installation after each step and allows for Actually, we do need to introduce another thing here. Since one of the steps breaks iMenu, I know this. One of the steps breaks the installation, which means that I have to find out which one that is. But doing that just involves stopping the installation after each step and checking if Xorg still works. Xorg. And if I, for example, if like formatting the disk breaks Xorg and I'm pausing the installation after that step and I can no longer open any Xorg programs, I know that somewhere in the script it's breaking Xorg. And yeah, that means I just need to run the installation with a pause. But the thing is, the debug menu is itself using Xorg. So I need to find a way to account for it not working. But yeah, I think maybe iMenu already takes care of that. It pauses the installation after each step and allows for canceling, pausing it it opens a debug menu after each step and allows for pausing the installation. Whoops. Installation. We have 8 viewers, some of which are not on Twitch. I don't know where it's getting this from. One viewer here, one there, one... Okay, this is myself. Ah, okay. Allows for pausing the installation. Pausing, cancelling, or continuing the installation. Okay. Another thing the debug mode should do is put an identifier in the log and always upload the log. Oh, yeah. Confirmation for uploading the log on failed installation. I'm kind of running low on RAM. I'm just realizing. Actually, yeah, let's implement the debugging mode for Instant Arch. Going totally off script, but who cares? Arch. Oh, git remote get URL origin, which is still this one. Let's go to Instant Arch and instead make it the secure shell one. Git remote set URL origin. This one, git push. There we go. Debug, debug menu, install debug. Okay, create a function. Is debug. Why an online installer? 16 gigs too small in 2021. Why an online installer? Because that way it stays closer to the vanilla Arch installation. Like basically one of the goals of Instant Arch is to create a user-friendly interface that allows you to enter all the questions first, and then you don't have to babysit your computer. Like one of the problems with why Arch installations take so long is one, they don't really take a huge amount of time. I think installing Ubuntu is also kind of taking some time. But a big problem with installing Arch is that after each step, it requires user attention. Like with Ubuntu, you enter all the information, your time zone, where you want it installed, if you want a dual boot, your username, your password, your language, your keyboard layout. You enter all of that first, and then it just batch installs everything. With Arch, with the normal Arch installation, that's not the case. Like with Arch, you're formatting the disk, you're waiting until the file system is created, and then you go into the next step. And then you're generating the locale or locales. You're waiting until it's finished, and then it's the next step, which means that it's taking like the waiting time is roughly equal, but it sprinkles in user interactions in between them. So you have to sit there the entire time instead of doing something else. And that's kind of a problem. And Architect has the exact same problem. You have to do step 1, then wait till it's finished, and then do the user input for step 1, for step 2, and then wait until that's finished. Like your pack strapping, which is installing all the packages onto the new installation. You have to wait until that's finished, and after that, then you have to shoot into the installation, and then you can do all the stuff. Long story short, installing Arch isn't only like people wanting a more user-friendly installer aren't only like noobs and Ubuntu babies, but they actually have a point, I think. And yeah, one of the goals of Instant Arch is one, to create that experience like with Ubuntu, where you can just go through a setup wizard and then it does everything for you. But at the same time, it should stay relatively close to Arch in order for it to remain compatible with all the Arch wiki entries, all the AUR and the repo stuff. And that's kind of the reason why it basically automates a lot of the stuff that you would do anyway if you were following the wiki. So the finished install is actually pretty close to a wiki install. Yeah, like Archfi. What's Archfi? Is that an installer or? Yeah, fast installer. 1.9K. Why didn't they include this instead of Arch install? I think this might actually be a lot more solid. Make sure you have an internet connection to the Arch ISO. Then download the script. SourceForge is down. Use this instead. Or custom install. Ah, okay. Oh, this is actually a good idea to allow people to not only choose their own branch, but also their own fork. I've never tried this. This looks interesting. Tutorial installer. It's written in shell. Ooh, it's a long boy. I might try this. Should we just try this out with like a new virtual machine? It's not hard, just a lot of steps and you have to wait between every step. Yep. Try it. Yeah, okay. Let's try Archfi. Actually, it's kind of to give the stream like a hint of structure added to the to-do. Try Archfi. And then on the Archfi installation, we'll try out larbs. Try larbs on Archfi. Like this, and this can be archived. We already have this. This will be moved to the end. And then let's move this up here. So now we'll actually do what I said I'll do. Okay. Is debug, meaning this will check if the debug mode is enabled. Like this. If then phi else return 0, else return 1. And it has more lines of code than DWM. I mean, that's not difficult. And also might actually be a good thing, like maybe they're using some of it for caching and speeding up the program. How's that for a change? It's really good script. Yeah, it looked like decent code. Definitely. Echo debugging mode is enabled. Okay, if easy debug. Then we want to put an identifier in the log, which we should probably do at the beginning, which would then be arch install probably. Yep. Live utils. Okay, we don't have access to the isDebug function. Just do this. And then by echo debugging mode enabled. If there is temp debug name, then echo debugging name so this way I can recognize the log afterwards. Cat, do it in one line. Cat /temp /install debug. Where's the menu that displays the testing branch? Which would be interesting to know, definitely. I hate the suckless mentality. +1 basic features are missing because too many lines, because lines too many kick. Yeah, kind of. There is some value in having short programs, but it shouldn't go at the cost of performance and basic features and bugs. I think that's when it goes too far. Oh, we still have a Twitch viewer, right? Or is that also myself? Say Pog if you're watching on Twitch. Okay. Let's check out how the testing actually works. Instant arch test branch. Okay, arch install accepts an argument. Where is that taken? Test, okay. And our changes are up here, which is not the best thing ever. So we should move it below test. Here's a good place, I think. Wait, shit. Where did we just change stuff? Okay, this is way further down. Right, actually, no, it isn't. It's definitely not. Use alternative versions of the installer. Okay, this is also something. Okay, there it is. Test if. Okay, it's branching and repo. And I don't think we'll add an argument here. So we'll just have to put this in instant arch name or just debug name. Instant arch debug install name. Debug name. I don't know. Yeah, stay with debug name. And then after everything's finished, we can also echo the debug name. If there's a debug name, then echo debug name cat temp debug name. And put it before the reboot, definitely. Okay, there's an identifier in log. You can put an identifier in /temp/debug name in order to later be able to later recognize that is then put in the log file. Testing installation. And the variable naming sucks. When you made InstantOS, was it hard to read the code? I don't know. It's been. I started using DWM in 2019, I think, maybe even early 2019, and there was like a lot of time before. There was like before I started InstantOS, a long time before I started InstantOS. So I don't exactly remember. DWM was also kind of how I learned C. So I don't know if it was more difficult than other projects because it was my first project that I really read through and that it didn't write and modify in a programming language that I didn't know before. But yeah, I actually used DWM for kind of a period without modifying the code myself at all. Like I just applied patches to get the features that I needed. And at some point the patches started clashing with each other because some of the patches would need different behavior based on which other patches are also installed. Like if a patch changes something about the rendering of the status bar, and another patch does so as well, and they're rendering onto the same place and not correctly offsetting and stuff, then you need to go in and fix the code. And that is basically when I started to see the cracks in the Sackless system and how it actually really produces unstable software that crashes and that looks incorrect. And that's when I started to replace patches with my own code and fix some of the patch conflicts, which then eventually spiraled into InstantWM. And yeah, abbreviations don't really, I don't know, yeah, we do have autocompletion. I don't get why you would need short names. I mean, as long as you're staying under the character limits. I think Java is very verbose, and a lot of people are making fun of that for kind of justified reasons. But like 3-letter variables are also the other extreme. Okay, it's the debug name. Then always upload log. If there's no testing, or there's no actually, let's yank this and put it all the way somewhere here, because I'm not sourcing a ton of stuff here. If is debug, then the debugging mode is enabled. Is debug and this, and it's not debugging. Then I close this. Otherwise, it uploads the logs. Okay, so far so good. No auto reboot. That's also, yeah, I think it doesn't reboot if I do this. So we're kind of done. I don't know what instant arch CTL is, to be honest. Let's just do this. We've done all of this. Save this. Move it here. Nope, here. Okay, let's look at the changes. This seems good. How about a pop-up telling you to reboot better than auto rebooting? That's also kind of a hack to solve the problem that Xorg is completely broken during the installation. So I cannot do any pop-ups after that step because one of the steps breaks Xorg. That's why it's auto rebooting. Have you checked the very cool updated XEyes? I have XEyes. I haven't looked into what the new features are yet, but XEyes has been sitting there. There we go. Now it's we shouldn't put it on the scratch pad, just make it sticky. So now it's always there, always watching. Debugging mode. Whoops. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to do as well is to put the option to enable debugging mode in the testing menu. Which would be somewhere here, switching to testing branch. Would XEyes count as spyware? I mean, technically, always watching. Where's the warning that says you're running a test version? Be careful, things might explode. Testing, 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 testing. Ask. Warning, you're running a test version of the installer. Okay. And then also ask the user if they want to enable debug mode, maybe. Put it somewhere in here. Also get the chat back. I have to use the desktop version of YouTube to talk on phone. Wait, what? You're using the desktop like in the browser? Oh no. I'm multi-streaming on Twitch, so if Twitch works better on your phone, you can also watch on Twitch. And the chat gets synchronized between Twitch, YouTube, and Discord and stuff. So that works really well, surprisingly, actually. I have to say, I do not really like this client. Like, this coloring is pretty awful. The fact that it also moved right now, I don't know. And I think it's also Electron and emulating Windows. But it's pretty awesome that it actually can synchronize everything and stuff. Okay, iMenu. Do we have any confirmations in here? Paperbash, GUI mode, next choice. Okay. If iMenu -C, would you like... Actually, we're not friendly today. Enable debug mode, question mark, then I hope Anbox network driver gets added to GSI or whatever, so I can use YouTube Advanced or NewPipe. Oh, you're using a phone with like Ubuntu Touch on it. I think, I don't know, my experience with Anbox were really that it's in very, very early stages of development, especially compared to Wine or something like that. But I think, I mean, since Android is also basically running a Linux kernel, basically running a Linux kernel, it should be possible to get pretty good Android compatibility when enough developers are on it. Hello, does this bridge work? Yes, it does. I think it hopes. I hope it does. I sure hope it does. If anyone remembers Wine. Basically instant. Yeah, it's pretty good. Then we have this handy documentation here. Touch, echo, enabling debug mode. Touch /temp /install debug. Export install debug equals true. And maybe also give it a name, like right in the installer. Or maybe not, that's too many steps. So that's pretty simple. Allow enabling debug mode from the testing menu. And push. Ooh. Now, for enabling parallel downloads in Pac-Man. I actually have no idea if I think because I modified my Pac-Man Etsy, it doesn't introduce the option in there. Let's check out Pac-Man. And see if the Etsy file contains any information about parallel downloads. Parallel downloads equals 5. And if I check my actual file, nvim etsy pacman.conf. Oh, there's a pack new, yeah, I guess. Parallel. Okay, yeah, makes sense because it's an old version. Do I need to put this anywhere special? Like, can I theoretically put parallel downloads equals 5? Yeah, I know. Okay. Can I theoretically put it here, or would that cause an error? Oh, okay, not recognized. That's a shame. Parallel downloads. It's an option, so I can go to options. And then paste the parallel download stuff here. Okay, sudo. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, I need to remove this. There we go. Resolving dependencies. I have never used Pac-Man with parallel downloads. So this will be my first time. Wow. Cool. So it'll take 10 minutes? Oh, that sounds long. Oh, okay, it's a CUDA update. NVIDIA. Okay, we need to disable this somehow, which would mean if we're saving this somewhere. Whoa, I think I just crashed Pluma. Okay, there we go. Benjamin, testing. Why am I on my desktop? I don't know, I don't care. So let's go to my Schreibtisch. Bring back the chat. Blender is huge. Is it? Not really, especially compared to CUDA. Blender isn't that big. Like Blender is even finished. Blender has been 60 megabytes. I mean, compare that to Maya, which is I think like 5 gigabytes for the base stuff, and everything additional is also huge. I think Blender it's definitely gotten bigger, but that's also because they're including like third-party libraries for AI upscaling and stuff like that. But I think it's fairly manageable in terms of file size. Sad. Right, grab -I parallel downloads. Sad s parallel downloads equals 5. No. Like this. And replace this with nothing. And of course, give it the right file. And that should enable parallel downloads. No, it doesn't. Why did it not do that? Uh-oh. Why is it not doing anything? So, oh, now it's doing something. Probably a typo. Yep, there it is. Ooh. Okay. I think enabling color is done in the InstantOS root install, not in Instant Arch. That's weird. Search for color here. Color. Oof, that brings up tons of stuff. Sad. It's in root install. In .files root install, okay. Ah, there we go. It's also enabling the Isle of Candy Easter egg. Joe Mama. Subscribe with Twitch Prime 0. You should, but I don't know if you can because I'm not partnered. sad-i s parallel downloads. I hope that's the right way to spell it. Just to check. Yep, it is. Oof, 1080p video. Wait, is it not 1080p on YouTube? It should be 1080p on YouTube. Like this. Etsy pacman.com. There we go. And as for old installation, I should probably go into Instant Update and do it there. But I don't know if I should. Because I'm running the risk of breaking their Pac-Man installation. Okay, but this seems safe and fine. Enable parallel downloads. Okay, it's also having the issue with the remote. We are right now in the .files repo. git remote, set URL origin, this thing, git push, bam, secure shell. Next item on today's thing, done. Try Archfi. Okay, there it is. archlinux.org. Let's download the latest ISO. Hopefully it's not too big. Actually, I don't know if I already have that. Oops. Do I have any private stuff in my torrents? Probably not. Nope. No, torrents are completely empty. Benjamin downloads Arch Linux ISO. Download. All downloading. Okay, 0.7, 0.9. What's this? So these are other pieces of it that are already downloaded, or partial pieces, completed pieces. Huh, okay. Hold shift for more detailed information. Whoops. Huh. Okay, include ibuild by default is already done and has been for a long time. Let's see. Still some stuff to do for beta 7. I mean, you edit file. I don't think we need this actually. Instance themes respect instant RC. This doesn't really... Instant RC is going away because of immosid, basically. So I actually don't need this either. Although immosid will probably also be some work. Actually, yeah. Remove instant RC. Will also be something that needs to be done. I need to include the instant arch documentation in the sidebar. I don't know what it's called. The header. Instant arch. How do you add link shortcuts to your application launcher, e.g. the way you type to do and open a GitHub link? This is not the application launcher. This is the quick menu, which you can add all sorts of stuff to. You can call it by pressing Super V, and then it should be pretty self-explanatory. And I have all sorts of quick shortcuts and scripts there. Basically, how you add a URL there is just xcg open and then the URL, and then it opens in your default browser. And you can put all sorts of commands, folders in that quick menu. Actually, I'm getting something to drink while this loads. I'll be right back. I'm back. Trackerless. Oh. Okay, almost done. I'm gonna already open up my big HDD to move it there once it's done. Sorry, I'm not hosting anything with my internet. I need to stream. There we go. Pause. Be gone. I like the excise. And hopefully Nautilus doesn't crash on me. Arch. Newest Arch ISO. It's an Arch development instant. Arch.md. I think this is what I called it. Yep. Does InstantOS have a NeoFetch logo? It does. I don't know if it's only in NeoFetch Git or the master the actually released NeoFetch yet, but InstantOS is definitely in NeoFetch. So let's try installing the release version of NeoFetch because I have NeoFetch Git. Oh, okay, never mind. Because CUDA is still going. Oh, Jesus. NVIDIA. I can't close a bunch of stuff here. Last time I accidentally closed OBS and someone in chat said rip stream. Is the stream done? Are we done yet? And hey, even Electron doesn't take as long. Okay, Firefox ESR does seem to take a while. It doesn't do parallel upgrades though, like unpacking the files. I think that could also cause a lot of problems. OBS Studio. Oh. I don't know if I should have done this. Okay. Let's see if it's still just showing Arch or the generic Windows logo. Okay, it is actually in the release version now. So I can stop shipping the Git version. That's good to know. Switch NeoFetch to non-Git. And I will not do that now because I'm trying Archify. VirtualBox. Sudo Pac-Man SCC to clean my cache because I might not have enough space otherwise. Let's check. Okay, I do have some free space. Good to know. Byte RAM. Okay, this could get pretty scuffed. This needs to go, this needs to go. Live dashboard can stay. Close my Vim instances, close this. Close this. Close this. Excise needs to stay, definitely. Roadmap needs to stay. And we're still pretty high in RAM usage. I don't know if that did anything. What's using the most memory? Tab 9. Oof. Okay. tab 9 definitely is pretty heavy. If you don't know, tab 9 is an AI completion engine. Basically like GitHub Copilot, but not as aggressive. Arch Phi. Okay, let's give it 248 memories of RAM. Create. Next. Next, and give it 20 gigabytes. Also, let's bump up the CPU threads. Processor, let's give it 4 cores. Acceleration, everything good in here. Display, give it the best virtual machine I can give it. Recording, server, nothing special here. Okay. Start. Add another one. Then go to my hard drive. Where is it? Media, Benjamin, HDD, Linux ISO. Whoops, shit. I accidentally closed it. Media, Benjamin, hard drive, Linux ISO, Arch, and then the newest one. There we go. Choose. Start. Ooh, speech. I haven't tried that yet. Wood-fired pizza. How would pizza get a job now? Call me Carson quote. Okay. It's Archfi. Archfi GitHub. Let's check. Oh. Okay. Thanks, Firefox. I think it's because I upgraded it. Come on, Firefox, you can do it. I know it. Ooh, no! Did ESR just upgrade to the new Firefox thing? Please don't tell me it did. Please don't tell me this is Firefox ESR. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. There we go. I don't like the new tabs. That's why I was using the old ESR version. But I guess that's it. No more. Default applications, browser, Firefox. Let's get back the regular Firefox. There we go. Archfi. GitHub. Time for Brave. I still prefer Firefox over Chromium. Code. No, I don't need code. curl-lo archfi.sf.net, which is sourceforge.net /archfi. This is taking its time. Did it make a typo somewhere? Oh no, it's just SourceForge being SourceForge. Come on. Okay. Finally, launch the script. Shell archfi. Okay, language. This is using dialogue again. Arabic, German, Greek, French. People are translating. Oh, this is actually the installer language. Okay, English. Set keyboard language. Okay, yeah. Instant Arch has human readable keys. But I think the one I'm searching for is DE Latin 1. Yep. No, I'm searching for US. I used to have a DE Latin 1 keyboard. But now I actually do. Can I search? I mean, yep, I can. US. Press any key to continue. Editor. Vim. Disk partitions. Auto partitions, edit partitions. Oh, okay, auto partitions is pretty nice. And edit partitions with CF. Did it just crash? Okay, now it's really laggy. But I don't know what's the problem there. Let's do auto partitions. Okay. Yup. Okay, I think it's still... Wait. So... Yes. Create boot partition, create swap partition, create root partition. Okay, so I need to manually... Okay, it unlocks the different steps, which is kind of nice, but... Yeah. Select boot device. Oh, it's not telling me that... Okay, it's not telling me the device, the partition kind of... It's not telling me what partitions it created. But at the same time, I now have to manually choose my partitions. Like if it automatically partitions everything, from a user standpoint, it would be nice if it also automatically selected partitions. Or there was an option to do it manually, to do it automatically, I mean. Okay, so now I maybe have to edit the partitions. Yep. Okay, there's a boot, a file system. I think you would have... This is like what I'm talking about. You would have already lost an Ubuntu user here. That you need to... You're forced to manually select partitions. But as far as user interface, it's pretty nice. So it's SDA 4. Nope, back. SDA 4. Select swap device. I mean, also there's only one swap partition. So, oh no, I need to memorize everything. Okay. Cancel. Disk partitions. Edit partitions. Yep. Let's just do this. Yeah. I mean, if it's gonna make me select partitions, maybe show the kind of partition and how big it is. Having fun. I mean, I'm just I'm just throwing out there suggestions on how to make this maybe a bit better for people who don't know how to install Arch using the wiki, because if they do, then maybe the target audience for this is very small. Because a lot of people would prefer to do it the Arch wiki way just to brag about it. I can put anything in the YouTube video with one message. Please don't abuse that power. Okay, select partitions and install boot device. Oh, boot, not root. Okay, that would have gone wrong. Okay, it should not be listing the entire device here. It should only be listing partitions. Unless we're using BTRFS and we're doing something crazy with like a partitionless device. But I don't think we are, so it should not list SDA here. By the way, if you see stuff like this in Instant Arch, feel free to tell me. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad piece of software and the developer should feel bad. I'm probably also guilty of a lot of small stuff like this. Okay, Boot device is SDA1. Swap device is SDA3. Did you just make frozen screen buffer a feature? Kind of. I mean, this is the SO instant assist that, yeah, freezes part of your screen and then you can move it around as a window. This is just an image viewer, so it's kind of a hack, but it works surprisingly well. It also uses instant WM control, so it doesn't work on every window manager, unfortunately. But yeah, it's super fast and super solid. Like I can do this, and then I can just move this part of the screen around. Okay, select root device, which is then finally SDA4. Select home device. Oh, fuck. Okay. I need to do everything again. The boot device will be SDA1. Swap device will be SDA3. Okay, it remembered. That's at least very nice. And then the home device, 512 megs is pretty small. Okay, I will manually partition. Okay, can I select none in home? Okay. Okay, it now completely froze. Perfect. Okay. Select partitions and install. Select boot device, SDA1. Select swap device, SDA3. Select root device, SDA4. Select home device, none. Okay. Yeah, so far it's pretty similar to the Instant Arch. The Instant Arch manual partitioning. Format devices, mount, install or config. It's frozen again? Okay. What's the difference between those? Format devices, install or config. I think I'm gonna format. Maybe it's if you want to keep your data, maybe that's what mount is for. Warning, all data on selected devices will be erased. Format devices, yep. Select partition format for boot. Yeah, like this is also different to Instant Arch. Instant Arch doesn't even have file system selection, but it'll definitely get it, and it won't get it as a mandatory step, because like this would also scare a new user away definitely. I'm gonna choose a ext4. I don't know if fat would even... Oh, for boot. Okay, I think fat32 is actually the right choice here. Oh, I chose GPT. I don't think this will boot with my BIOS. Let's just risk it. Let's select partition format for swap. Okay. I mean, there only is one option, so kind of redundant. Select partition format for root. Let's go with BTRFS. Now I need to mount. This might be a virtual machine issue. Okay. Edit mirror list, install Arch Linux Packstrap. Okay. Edit mirror list will drop me into here. I have no idea what these mirrors are. Is there one in Germany? Aachen. That sounds like Germany. Install Arch Linux Packstrap. Kernel. Linux RTF. Let's go with Linux. And no firmware because that's big AF. Hello? Frozen again. Might just be the new Arch ISO. Oh no, it's not frozen. I need to use the tab keys. Okay. File systems, DOSFS, BTRFS progs, and nothing else. Tab again. And oh, okay, it doesn't have parallel downloads either. GCC libs, bash readline GMP. It's for advanced users maybe. Yeah, definitely. Like you if someone, the average Ubuntu user doesn't really know the difference between different kernels or maybe even file systems, and memorizing the partition table is also not the most user-friendly thing ever. Or forcing the user to memorize the partition table. I am wondering if it's gonna install an EFI version, which wouldn't be good. I think GPT is just for EFI, so this might not even be booting. But let's see. Okay, it's downloading the kernel right now. Game Boy Advance users, definitely. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of fast. I mean, it's not including a lot of packages, probably. Let's hope it has network manager and everything. I didn't create any users, by the way. But yeah, maybe Larbis does this then. You require MBR, I think, for BIOS boot. Uh-oh. Okay, this might not boot. The installation is fairly quick though. Okay. It tried to reboot in his fruit. Okay. Based. Config Arch Linux. There we go. Set computer name. Set keyboard layout. Arch Linux seems good. Set keyboard layout. Fonts locale. Okay, this also might need some human readable names. If this were to be tailored for noobs, which it's not, and that's fine. ENGB, let's go with that. Oh, it's generating them. Set locale, set time. Europe. Berlin. Hardware clock. Generate FS tab. Bootloader. Grub. Install grub. No space left on device. This doesn't sound good. I mean, I did give it 20 gigabytes, right? And 2 gigs of RAM. Okay, set root password. It kind of skipped over that. 123, 123. This probably is fine. Extras. I don't know why no network manager, but can I install both of these? I don't know. Let's not do that. ArchDI. I don't want that, since we're gonna use the larb. And let's go with OK. No, I hope I'm not doing the... oof, can I go back? I want to go back, please. Is a second script who can help you, which can help you, unless it's sentient. Install a full workstation. You can just launch the script or install it. Choose in the next window. Taxrep, no. Back. Okay. Okay, I can go back. Can I go even further back, or will it break? Okay, now I cannot go forward again. Oh, okay, I can. And I think I have to reboot myself. Do I have to reboot myself? I think this might be it, right? Unmount. Where's unmount? I don't see unmount anywhere. Or do I have to go back? Unmount, okay. There we go. And what now? Ooh. Mount, back. Reboot, okay. Disk partitions, select partitions and install. Okay, non-linear installer. Interesting. Yep. Boot from the hard disk. Okay, yeah, just what I thought. Okay, maybe it should warn you if you're choosing a system which is incompatible with your system. Like it could just run EFI, what it's called, EFI boot manager, and if it fails, then it tells you that you probably shouldn't use GPT. I mean, you can force it then, but maybe a warning would be nice. Whoa. Okay, speedrun. Now we're speedrunning it. CURL -lo archfi.net /.sf.net /archfi. Are you going to retry? Yep. Oh, could not resolve host. What? Okay. URL cheat.sh. Okay, definitely does have internet access. It's just okay. The issue is with the new Arch ISO. That's not an issue. But why can't it access source forge? .github.io/archfi shell archfi language English keyboard layout US. Now it's freezing again. Editor Vim. Select partitions and install. Okay, no, it's not. Oh, FS. Did I use? Okay, never mind. Cancel. Okay, I need to auto partition using DOS. Yep. Yes. Okay. Edit partitions. Yep. Put this here. Quit. Back. Select partitions and install. Select boot device. I don't think it has one. Right. It has yeah, it has one, right. It's this one. Okay, SDA1 is boot. Swap is SDA2. Root device is SDA3. And now it's asking me for a home, even though it didn't create any partitions. Okay. None. About a gigabyte of RAM should do it. That scene aged wonderfully. No home device. Yep. Format devices. Yep. Boot. Well, again, ext4. Yep. Oh, it formatted to a VFAT automatically. That, oh god, I think I broke it again. Okay, last try. Swap. It's frozen again. Okay, now let's swap. Root gets BTRFS. Now we're mounting the devices. Now we're editing the mirror list. Aachen goes up here. Install Arch Linux Packstrap. Linux, no firmware. Okay. This is also okay. Okay. So far, so good. While this is doing its thing, maybe we can work on something else. I'm not signed in there. Okay, now I am. I don't understand what's happening anymore. I'm trying an Arch installer made by another person. And probably for a different target audience than Instant Arch. Oh, it's almost done. Just needs to finish downloading the kernel. Systemd Linux. ArchDI. That's the desktop environment script, right? Yeah, I wanted to try LARPs today though. Which is kind of infamous. Okay. We already have those two, so now we're on config Arch Linux. Set computer name, Arch Linux seems fine. Locale. ENUS. Where's ENUS? Where's ENUS? Am I done right now? I mean ENUK. Oh, there it is. Generating locales. Set time. Europe. Berlin. Artwork clock. Root password 123. 123. Generate FS tab. Bootloader. Grub. Install grub. Hopefully it's not failing now. With ArchDI, you will set users and servers and desktop. Okay, and it seemed to have successfully installed grub. Yep. Back. Extras. Okay. Then go to unmount. Back and reboot. Yes. It's frozen again. Come on, VirtueBox, you can do it. I believe in you. Okay, I reset it. I hope I didn't break anything. Doesn't seem like it. I mean, this is new. It's not booting grub, I think. What's it doing right now? Maybe speed running isn't a good idea. Come on, you can't do this to me. Boot existing OS. Oh. Looks reasonable continuing. This is ISO Linux. You skipped grub install. It did do grub install automatically though. Right? Okay, let's shoot into stuff. Install medium. fdisk-l mount def sda1 no sda3 to mnt arch shroot mnt mount def sda1 boot grab install. Oof. Let's search what's being used here. Def SDA. Okay, yeah. Installation finished, no errors reported. Reboot. And it's frozen again. Great. Ah, there it is. Okay. Arch Linux login root 1, 2, 3. Now we're cooking the larb. URL, whoops, -lo larbs .xyz /larbs.sh shell larbs.sh. Okay, already. Larber, whoops, larber 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Okay, refreshing Arch keyring. Installing base devel. I mean, if it fails now, I don't know. Then Luke is even more nuts than I thought. Okay, this might take a while actually. Installing Git, which is okay. He explains every step, which is kind of nice, but to ensure successful and secure installation of software, kind of is like storm and buzzwords at some point. But it's nice that it has like these explanations. It's definitely downloading something right now. And after that, it should start compiling. Actually, which one of those is my upload, which is my download? What is RX? Receiving X and transmitted X? I think, maybe. Okay, still downloading. Step ladder. Oh god. Should we risk open up another session or would that break it? I'm not gonna risk anything. Oh, here we go. It's compiling. Installing Peru. Man, are you high? No, why? Did I say something dumb? Oh, or is it referring to Odenta? I think he's making jokes about not safe for YouTube stuff. Ooh, CPU is fairly busy now. What do you say, X-Eyes? Maybe we can configure X-Eyes while this is doing its thing. I think we did set up a script somewhere. We didn't. Holy crap. It's going, definitely. How long does power usually take? Okay. And X-Eyes. And then close these down. Well, I can't. Okay. X-Eyes. Let's pick some nice colors out of the Instant OS color scheme. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Instant X-Eyes. X-Eyes dash foreground. Okay, those are the pupils, which can then be this shade of red. Dash BG will be white. This isn't white. Oh, there we go. Nothing changed. And the outline color will be this color. There we go, getting closer to absolute perfection of Xorg eyes. Shape. Render. Okay. Yeah, this seems like it's a good quality X-Eyes rice. Kinda did slow down the performance there. Okay. It's still going. Still doing its thing. A program to auto select color from screen. Yeah, it's called GPick. It's pretty cool. Like you can click this button and then have this color picker, and then you can press space to select all kinds of colors, and as you can see, they're then recorded here at the right. Initially, I tried clicking on stuff, which of course then disables the color picker, so it's a good example of how being intuitive actually stands in the way of functionality sometimes. Because if it was clicking, then it would be that you have to click, and then go there, click, go there, click, and always have to return to this window. And if you do it like this, then it's just really, really fast. Check the CPU, still doing stuff. And VirtualBox is still at the top. Oh, you can actually right-click and then directly copy the code. I didn't know that. Still doing something. I mean, it's also still, no, it's not really using the network. That's probably just OBS. But holy cow. Power is taking its time. Okay, now it's a single thread. I mean, probably if I could see the logs, then it wouldn't feel as long because I could see that something's happening. And now everything I have is this thread thing. So I think this is taking a while. I move this over, or maybe we can, I can't resize it, like I can't scale it smaller than the screen. Anything else I can close down? Okay. Oh, okay. Installing Xorg. Xorg server is the graphical server. Oh no. Oh no. Is it spawning separate Pac-Man processes for each and every single package? Like that way, even if you were to enable parallel downloads, you wouldn't be taking advantage of any of it. Installing lfgit from the AUR. lfgit is an extensive file manager that everyone likes. I think it's kind of basic compared to Ranger. But definitely everyone. And it's probably, oh god, it's gonna install Go and then compile stuff using Go, right? Isn't LF written in Go? Whoops. It is Go. Okay, waiting another. I mean, not trusting binaries can be nice, but I think you're trusting a script that doesn't give you a log and that you should just, yeah, I don't know. Is it also going to compile the X, what's it called? The X library. A render. Maybe he's using Pac-Man hooks. I hope he is, because if he's spawning separate Pac-Man processes, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Why not just use parubin? Because it's a precompiled binary and you didn't read through the source code as you would with a script that looks like this. Actually, I don't know why A render takes so long to install. Okay, Dunst, Xfat utils, image viewer, X wallpaper, FFmpeg. Probably takes a bit longer. Record and splice video and audio on the command line. I mean, it's more used for transcoding. It can also record. It's probably also installing some codecs. GNOME keyring. Okay, another AUR install, but hopefully not that big this time. GTK theme arc graphbox git. I've never tried that. Yay. GTK theme arc graphbox git. Because I really love, or love is probably not, but I really like Arc because it never breaks. Like every single application just is usable. And with a lot of different themes, there's always that one application that doesn't look right with it. Okay. MPV is the Partition choice. What? Terminal RSS. Brave bin. Uh-oh. Okay. Shipping with Brave. Let's actually try the Arc Graphbox. Okay. Then the icon theme needs to be something dark. Okay, this doesn't look good in combination with Papyrus, and the contrast I think is a bit worse, but I'm not sure. Let's check out gedit or something like that. Looks decent. I mean, it's Arc, but Graphbox. This is not a bad choice, definitely. But yeah, this is probably also gonna take a while to install that. Heinz Seppi, moin. Hi. Back, what did I miss? I left my PC unattended. It managed to install Paru and now installed Brave from the AUR. Now it's installing a bunch of other stuff. Pulse Audio also. Pulse Mixer, PA Mixer. And it's... The default choice of applications is a bit weird because I don't know of anyone actually using SCIM for spreadsheets. Like some of the stuff is really just stuff he uses, but others probably won't. Which also is fine. I mean, he never said that LARPs was intended for... Or actually, I don't know if it was just his setup. A book is an offline address book usable by Neomat. Okay. Let's hope it's not written in Go. Ooh. Oh, this is a beautiful website. Last update in 2015. Okay, probably won't take too long to compile. Yep, it didn't. Poplar, media info. Poplar is for PDF. Isn't LARPs just his bootstrapper? Yes, kind of. But it's also something a lot of people recommend using if you don't want to set up your own stuff. I think it's one of the most popular, like, out-of-the-box setups for tiling window managers. 1.6K. It's fairly good, definitely. Is this the Luke Smith installer thingy? Yes. It's basically the thing that a few years ago was recommended by a lot of people. I don't know if it still is. I haven't heard a lot about it, and I think he also stopped making videos on it and instead went completely crazy. Installing htop vimgit. Oof, it's compiling htop because of vim hotkeys. And okay, installing st via git and make dwm. This is fairly quick. Mud wizard git. Ooh, this is taking a while. I didn't expect that. slog. Finally installing libxft bgra to enable color emoji in Sakura software without crashes. Luke now is a philosophical. Philosophical is probably... actually, how's it called? Philosopher. Yeah, philosopher. I don't know what he is. Congrats, provided there are no hidden errors. Ooh, who hid them? I might have wondered why I never saw any of them. The script completed successfully. All the programs and configuration files should be in place. To run the new graphical environment, okay, we already read through this. T. Luke. Should I just log in with my new user now, or should I reboot? Did it tell me anything about rebooting? Ooh. Okay. I don't know, I think I reboot. Boot existing operating system. If that's true, I'm the Pope. I mean, the definition for philosopher, I don't know. The definition for art is basically something that someone says they're an artist, says is art. There's no better definition for art. So I don't know if philosopher is as fuzzy. Larber 1, 2, 3. It's not. Why is it auto starting X? What? It's set to use. Okay, this is probably not tested outside of his ThinkPad. It just completely froze. Whoa. Okay, maybe it is auto starting Xorg. I don't know why though. Why would you do that? I mean, this basically means that you cannot use TTY as that user, because as soon as you log in, it starts Xorg. And if your Xorg is broken somehow, then you're just screwed. Or you should use root then and use another user, but that's not really... It's in his login script. Yes. Okay, let's go to root. Whoops, 1, 2, 3. Home Larber. What's Pine Tree? Is it in his Z profile maybe? No, paper, you're wrong. They can make it so you only use TTY1. So if I log in here, then it won't use Xorg. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, and if I run start X now, it's the same error. Okay. Just use a display manager. Okay, what's in his X init RC though? I don't think he has anything in there. I don't think he has anything in the LightDM stuff. .x profile. Dunst, MPD, Remax, and does it have? Maybe it needs run it. I don't know. Okay. This is kind of a mess, and so that's LARPs. Yeah, I tried a script a while ago, couldn't get it to run, and screwed. I just installed InstaNoise. I mean, yeah, these things maybe have their reason to exist, but it's not the reason to be easy to use or anything like that. I use Xinit also. Xinit is fine. It's just you should configure it in a way that works. Okay, well, this was kind of a waste of time. Let's go. Oh, I closed my stuff. So this can be archived, this can be archived. Whoops. And while we're on the topic of installers, maybe just test the InstantOS installer with the fixes I made this stream. How about that? Which would be ArchOS. Continue booting, install InstantOS. I use Xinit to scare people on using my PC. That's definitely effective. I mean, the systemd boot screen also, it's just HackerMan 9000. Okay. So now let's go and break the InstantOS installer. Okay. VirtualBox, come on. I know you can do better. Is it doing something? I think it's reading the ISO, right? It's reading something off there, definitely. Kaka fire makes fire, I know. Continue booting. Maybe I permanently broke this virtual machine. Kaka fire makes on screen. I want to see it with Excise, to be honest. Okay, Excise and Kaka fire coming right up. Burning. Oops. Okay, the disk is just really slow. I don't know why. Oh, I think I know why. Oh god, I think I'm running kind of low on space, but I still have a lot. But I'll remove the ArchFi virtual machine, maybe. Bruh, during work hours. Oh. I'm using NixOS, so I don't really care about bootstrapping. I just rebuilt with my config. Yep, that's also an option if you're smart enough. Okay, I think this virtual machine is kind of dead. Behold, the Excise ghost. Arch test debug. Give it a bit of memory. Create a hard disk. 16 gigs. start using the InstantOS ISO. Beta 6. MK Blast is instantly my favorite person. Plymouth doesn't work on the live thing. I don't know why. What about Nico to have all gimmicks? What's Nico? Terminate Plymouth boot screen. Okay, the disk is just really slow. I don't know why. But it's definitely doing something. By the way, this is still working. We now have an archive of all the stream chat. So you can be there for all eternity saying POG. Okay, starting up. Nico Nyan, okay. That doesn't sound right. Nico Nyan, Nico Nyan, Nico Nyan. Doesn't seem to be in the AUR. Oh, Nyan Cat. Bruh? I didn't write bruh in there. Oh no. It's still using the outdated API. This is not me. Someone else temporarily changed their name to Paper Bunny, and now some part of the API still thinks they're named that way. You really should install NixOS on stream or voice controversial leftist opinions. Is it a controversial leftist opinion to think Luke Smith is crazy? Oh no, wrong one. Okay, reset. Linux Nico Nyan. From Luke's point of view, it is. Yes, that's true. Oh, you have Nyan for 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Politics sucks. They ruined Portugal. I don't know what happened in Portugal, to be honest. And so on. Okay. Now we're back in business. Oh, we need to just also do I have iBuild installed? iBuild update, upgrade, checking for updates. Oh, Nico, okay. I'll do that during installation. iBuild and instant arch test. I think it's test or testing. Testing, okay. Testing. Oh, I get to choose either way. Okay, it's testing. Oh shit, what I did, I just clicked something, right? Oh god, oh no. I just accidentally clicked something. Did I? Running normal installer version. Okay, welcome to the InstaNoise installer. You're running a test version of the installer. Enable debug mode, yes. And then US, English, Germany. No, I'm gonna lie. Berlin. Disk is 16 gigabytes. Yup. Erase everything. Benjamin 123, 123. Frank. Edit advanced settings. No. Installation summary. Continue. We should do a live stream where I guide you through installing Nginx only using emojis. That actually could be pretty, yeah, that could be pretty entertaining. We could do that sometime. I mean, yeah. Okay, debug menu. Finally, yes. Okay. This worked. I can continue the installation now because it took 1 second. Run task init took also 1 second. Continue. It formatted the entire disk in 1 second, probably because it's virtual. Continue. Mount took 3 seconds. Continue. Actually, let's check if I can, yep, Xorg still works. Now the next one is probably going to take a bit longer. No, tomorrow? Oh no. I'm gonna have to go probably after this, like in like an hour I have to go. So that's probably not gonna work out. But yeah, I'm down for that. Thank you, Ultra Street Fighter 4. Wait, what? Oh, so if the layouts are identical, then it just resizes you. I don't really use sticky windows often enough. That's the error it gave me, or something like that. That what gave you? Oh, the Nyan. What's it called? What's the Nico thing called? Oh, Nico. Okay, let's try that out. Whoops, this is inside the virtual machine. Oh, Nico. By the way, I did this. This is also going to be included in the next version of InstaNoise. If I enter a command that doesn't exist on your system, it searches the package database for a command like this. So no, Onico isn't installed, and it just like on Ubuntu gives me the option of, yeah, actually installing it by giving me the command I need to run. So yeah, and it's pretty fast as well. I think, what is Odenta talking about? I don't know. Okay, sudo Pac-Man S. Oh, okay. Extract took 185 seconds. Okay, Xorg is still working at this point. Continue. Unico. Oh. This is interesting. What happens if it catches the cursor? This is like kind of the duck thing. I don't know which one came first though. What happens if it catches my cursor? I don't really want to find out, to be honest. Ah, it's happy. Wholesome. Okay, task depend took 13 seconds. Xorg still works. Continue. Depend. Still works. Pause. No, not paused. Okay, now I need to remove this. Actually, did it remove that? Nope. Sudo rm install pause. Now the installation should continue. If I did everything right. Yep. Continue. Xorg still works. Benny's one Docker run away from inception. I have never run Xorg in a Docker container. But I don't know. Ooh, is it transparent? Or it's using my X resources. I just realized it's using the same background color as my terminal and bar. Which is pretty cool. Okay, now it's dead. Can I use some other animations? Dog. Ah, a dog. Cool. And it's a bone. And poof, you're dead, dog. The dog is named Docker. Okay, now it's downloading all the stuff. Next version of the ISO will, by the way, include parallel downloads, so this will not take as long. 600 seconds already. Combine that with Onico and XIs. Where are the XIs? There they are. Oh, they're kind of conflicting with... I think Onico and XIs don't like each other. Oh. Cat. Pickle. Onico. Be gone. Okay, installing all the different codecs and stuff. LVM2, NSS. Installing grub. Then all the MK init CPIO stuff. Take that, window of guys. Oh, we got some new people. Sudo. And the Restream bot. Okay, the pen system took 230 seconds. And in Xorg still works. So now continue. Shrewd still works. Continue. It would be cool if I could change like this to a custom theme. Whoops. Yeah, I can't change any of the colors, which kind of sucks. Filtering, I don't want any filtering. Bot, relay mode, reply commands. Improve your communication by creating reply commands. Message text. Test. Hello world. Hello. Create. With a warning sign. Hello. Oh, hello world. Okay. This is interesting. This is for OBS if you want to use browser sources. Interesting. Oh, okay. Shrewd drivers took 37 seconds. Xorg still works. Now we're getting to the big stuff. Q. Okay. Control C, Control C. Now it's installing NeoVim and stuff. You installed Nginx at work on real hardware that isn't a potato. Oh, so it was... I think you mentioned that you were running it on a virtual machine, right? Most of the time, and worked fine on real hardware. Cool. Yeah, I haven't checked out... I think I think it did it once early on, but I haven't checked out Nginx in a long time. Ah, we do have a Twitch viewer. This stream is very epileptic, unfriendly for a coding stream. You mean what exactly is the issue? I mean, do you mean like the background here? I've been planning on redesigning that anyway. Okay, the pend extras ran and Xorg still works. Continue. Time zone didn't break Xorg either. Wait a sec. Just kidding. Okay. But yeah, the stream stuff needs a bit of a redesign. Okay, should publish. By the way, publish doesn't mean anything gets uploaded to the internet. It's just publishing to the user in the installation. Okay, continue. Trim, okay. Also 0 seconds. Now it's installing grub. Xorg still works. Continue. Now it's downloading some additional stuff. Okay, now it broke. This broke. Okay. So oof. It was the task after grub install. This broke. Wait, bootloader install. Okay. It is bootloader config. Bootloader config breaks Xorg. Okay. This just do grab mkconfig though. Where's the last thing that worked? Oh no. Okay, it went off screen. No protocol specified, cannot open display. Oops. Xorg, no protocol specified. It's unable to contact your X11 display because it does not have permission to do so, because it's running as a different user. Applications need a magic cookie in order to talk to the X11 server so that other processes on the system cannot intrude on your display. Okay, this seems like a long read. Crap. This didn't give me the information I hoped for. Bootloader config. Oh. It's in here. Okay, it's after time zones and disk trim network. Maybe there's an issue with network. Oh, Pepper is here. Hi. Network.sh. Maybe it's because I'm setting the host name. Could that be an issue? Setting the host name? Or so it's all of those are shoot scripts. So I don't know how they would break anything outside of the shoot. That's what kind of bogs me. User/user. Maybe it's because of user. Okay, this adds a bunch of new users and stuff. Oh, okay. Wait a sec, I've been invited.